Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic. You're here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to show you with the Zer's rolls, random rolls, my recommendations, and all that one. Excuse me, I am busy. Seriously? Anyways, the Zerg can be found on his regular location on Titan, so just head over to the rig, make your way over here into this little hut here. Be careful of the Shadow Thrall contact missions exploding out there. Jesus Christ. There's not even contact missions out here. I don't know why they're exploding. This is a high overview of everything that he has available in case this is all you cared about. As for the weapon today, I'm very excited to say it is the Sunshot. First and foremost, this thing is a great weapon and has some pretty cool looking ornaments on it. I'm just going to switch to one of these. This is one of my favorite ornaments in the game. It's just it's so good looking. I wish that they have this style on so many other guns. Anyways, the Sunshot. It has explosive rounds, which is great for flinch in both high level PvE and of course PvP. Highlights targets that you take damage from you, which is nice, but does not show through walls. And of course there's Sunblast, which is like Dragonfly, but it triggers on anywhere in the body. And the Catalyst increases the explosion damage and radius of Sunblast, making that a little bit more fun. Now this is a great PvE weapon because you can flinch targets, so it can be used at high level play. However, I will say that anything Dragonfly or Sunblast or anything like that is pretty useless considering how little damage it does to every enemy around it as you get higher and higher up in the high level difficulty. And of course the PvP side of it is that it's a 150 hand cannon. It has the flinch capabilities of an explosive round, and it has the exotic style statistics on it. Although honestly the range and all that whatnot could be better. It is explosive round, so half of the round does go for infinite range. Honestly, it is a very good gun, and I would recommend you pick it up if you don't have one. As for the Hunter exotic, today we have the Liar's Handshake. Let me just real quick just put on that ornament. That Liar's Handshake. It's gonna be the melee based exotic for the Hunter. Using your arc melee ability or being struck by a melee attack will allow you to fall up with an extremely powerful melee counterpunch that will heal you. So it's all about getting in there and going with that double melee attack. If you run out of your charged melee, then use Gambler's Dodge near an enemy so you can get that back really quickly. There's a lot of great combos with the cross counter and the 1-2 punch combo with the shotguns, and the combination blows to get your melee back faster. Just getting hit by a melee is not hard to do. There's a lot of great things and great ways to use this. This is the Hunter version, and I do like to use it because it does heal you, which is really important. As far as the roll goes, primary mobility and secondary strength is pretty much exactly what you want for this exotic. Like to see a little bit more in recovery, but a pretty damn good roll for this exotic for sure. For the Titan exotic today, we have the Eternal Warrior. Honestly, I'm coming around on this exotic. It used to be the poster boy of just bad exotic. I thought this overshield only really lasted for one shot. The fact is that this overshield, while using your super, is actually 4 headshots from a 150 hand cannon, and that's pretty significant considering if you include that with the full amount of health you have, that's 10 headshots. That's a significant amount of damage protection. And on top of that, it recovers. So if you get shot a little bit, take some time during your super, you'll actually get that overshield back, which is good. It's one of those exotics that you use only when you're using your super, so switch to it, pop your super, then switch away from it, meaning a lot of these stats are not really that important. As far as the roll goes here for these stats, hold on one second, let me just switch because that's going to be important. Yeah, look at this thing. For these stats, all you're going to really care about is going to be mobility and recovery. Everything else doesn't really matter if you're only going to be switching to it with your super. Maybe resilience actually might have some use here because it's super and resistance, but doesn't this look like a hook where like you're done for the day, you take your helmet off and you hook it around like a hoop, like right around this section right here? You can do it with either one of them because they both have this little hoop thing. Yeah, that seems like a practical helmet right there. And finally, for the Warlock exotic, we have the Skull of Dharmkara. It's actually a pretty good exotic, allowing you to get extra super energy just from your Nova Bomb kills and resistance, which is technically the highest resistance during any super is going to be during that Nova Bomb with this thing, but the biggest part is going to be that super energy back. Now, you're not going to get a lot. It's probably going to be around a fourth to maybe half of your super energy back, depending on how many enemies you kill with it, but it is an amount of super energy, and this is a very strong super. Hitting and using more of these Cataclysm Nova Bombs or even Devour Nova Bombs is going to be super effective in the higher level PvEs. So I would honestly recommend it. As far as the roll goes, primary and intellect secondary recovery is exactly what you're looking for in an exotic like this. And now the total stats is only 60. You want to see around 64 or up, but the fact that it has a very low strength stat at 2, which is the minimum that any stat can have, shows that you actually have a pretty decent amount in everything else. So even though it has 60, this could probably match out a lot of other exotics or any rolls in the game. Holy shit, what was that? Oh, it's one of those guys. I was like, whoa. Those guys sound close. Anyways, outside of that, make sure you're picking up your 5 of Swords for high-scoring Nightfalls on the regular Nightfalls. Picking up your Invitation of the 9, which I've actually completed on this character, for some powerful gear and lore. And of course, picking up an exotic engram, which is guaranteed to give you an exotic that you do not have from any of the world drops. And I've actually already picked this one up. And I got this Celestial Nighthawk, which is a pretty good alternative to my current one. More recovery, more mobility, discipline, strength. I would like it not to have worse intellect, because that is what this exotic is about. But honestly, screw the resilience. This is a pretty good roll. Anyways, that is going to be pretty much the end of this video. Instead of, you know what? Actually, I have an idea here. Let's teach that these guys cannot interrupt my video here and show them what for. Okay? You can't do this. Okay? I'm done with this. Every night with these growling. I can't take it anymore. And I'll see you guys on the next one.